our country has been introduced to the tragic stories of too many young black men fighting for justice, but never able to speak for themselves. But then, there was Leon Ford Jr.
Leon is a teenage kid on the side of a dark road about 10 o'clock at night.
$510.
3510.
Farragut and Stanton, Hotel Whiskey Lima, 8225. It's like one inside an Infinity.
Police officers say, give me your license, registration. He gives license, give registration, give insurance. They don't run that initially. What they initially do is run his initials, L. Ford, against a recently arrested list. It's a presumption that he's guilty. They want him to be somebody he's not. In their mind, they have made this stereotype, this profile, and they said, we're gonna make him the profile.
Remember Lamont Ford?
Yeah. Yeah, it's the same movie. You think? Yeah.
This is the description of the person they're looking for. He's a black male with a white t-shirt. That's the description. And with that, everything that happens on that video is from that description. Thurbish is the one who's on the passenger side who jumps in the car. Why does he jump in the car? Violating all policy, all training? Because he say they see a bulge in Leon's pants. They think he have a weapon. It flies in the face of common sense, logic, all policy. If you really believed he had a gun, you would jump into the car?
As a result of 5 police bullets, Leon Ford has no control of his body below his waist, no control of bowel movements, sexual organs, or motor skills. Unlike attorney Ben Crump, our job with this story is not to try the case, but to give what Sean Bell, Oscar Grant, Trayvon Martin, Kendrick Johnson, and countless other young black men did not have: a chance to tell their own story in their own words.
I kind of like always was my own person. I always was into something positive, like music, football, boxing.
The next Mike Tyson. You gonna beat Mike Tyson?
Yeah.
Okay, let me see how you gonna punch him.
I like Tyson. I like Tyson.
I love cars. I like old schools. Like one of my favorites is '69 Camaro. I have an '87 Monte Carlo SS. My uncle, this year, a couple months ago, for my birthday, my uncle and guys at the auto body shop, they repainted it and everything, and they hooked it up. It's nice. Everybody I hung with, I think I had the most girls. Nah, for real, I think I had the most girls.
Leon was a real lovable baby. He was always advanced because he had older brothers and older cousins who always came over to play with him. He was always real attentive, like he picked up on everything.
He's the type of kid that you would want your kid to hang with. He's not into no drugs, he don't hang on no corners. The worst thing he might do is jaywalk. The only crime he committed was smile too much. I'm not sitting here talking like I got the most perfect son in the world. Everybody do wrong sometimes, but my child ain't never got in no trouble. He ain't never disappointed me, ever. You know, never made me mad to the point where I said, man, he's a butthole. He gonna learn. He never did that. He's a sponge. He sucks up all information.
I remember I went to Atlanta with my mom, and we was at my sister's friend's house, and they were doing music. And this guy was there, and he had told me about the Guitar Center. And he was showing me all types of stuff, how to engineer using, it was Cool Edit. It wasn't even Pro Tools, it was Cool Edit. And when we flew back to Pittsburgh, we seen the Guitar Center, and I'm like, man, I want to do music. So my mom bought me a little mic and stuff. And I start recording every day. So as I'm recording, my dad ended up buying me a new computer. On the computer, there was a program, Windows Movie Maker. So one night, I'm just messing around with it, and we had recorded a song, and I get my mom's camera, and I'm recording my cousin rap this song, and I'm like, yo, if I just put the video on this program and line the words up with the song, I can make you a music video. So I'm messing around with it all night. I can't get the words matching to the song perfectly, but I'm getting closer and closer. But I'm taking different clips and I'm learning how to put them on. So I made one little music video. And from there, I started going to Best Buy and stuff, asking them about different HD cameras, different programs to edit with that was easier, and it was on from there.
It's been 1 year since Leon's shooting, and many in the Pittsburgh community are still on fire, wanting to support him, critique what the officers did that night, and hold the police department accountable for what they have not done since the shooting.
Justice is fair dealing, and it's not fair that this young man sits paralyzed while these officers are walking around.
I had requested, the Alliance for Police Accountability had requested for Officer Durbus to at the least be placed on desk duty, because Officer Durbus is still working. He is not only still working, he is working in Zone 5.
Not only did supporters from the community come out to rally, but also to speak in the chamber of City Council.
What matters is that we have a lack of leadership in this community, and therefore the community is suffering.
But what we need from the officers, we need you all to serve and protect us, not to intimidate and harass us. So when we interact with police officers, there needs to be a cultural understanding.
I'm here because I was shot and paralyzed by the Pittsburgh police a year ago. And now I just want to make sure this doesn't happen to no one else. This year been hectic for me. It's been hard. Some days I wake up, I don't even want to wake up some days. When I got shot, I had a choice to give up, but I refused to give up. And I'm in this chair, I feel like I have a point to prove. My future was bright before. I'm in this chair now, and I'm not gonna let my future be dim. I'm gonna make sure my future is brighter than ever. I'm gonna shine. I'm gonna make sure everybody remembers me, no matter what.
He used to always ask me, Mom, could I drive? Could I drive? I would say, well, Leon, take your test for your permit. Then you can get your license, so you could, if you would ever get pulled over, you could have all your proper paperwork. Just so, if you get a ticket, you can go on about your day. Here I stand here. My son gave his driver's license, his registration. He even gave a pink slip to his vehicle. And I really feel like I failed my son, because these are all the things I told him he needed in order to be able to drive, and for him to be able to give all this information and still end up sitting here in the wheelchair. I failed my son. You felt my son. Everyone felt my son because he did everything right.
And as Leon attempts to define what his legacy will be, his parents are dealing with the daily blessings and challenges of a son who will be in a wheelchair for the rest of his life.
I'm like more angry now. I'm like snappy sometimes. I get frustrated. I'm real frustrated.
I believe there's a slight difference because Leon now can't physically get up and stand and go do the things he would do if he was not in a wheelchair, like as far as his son. I mean, sometimes he needs help with him. He can't just jump out of the bed, walk into the kitchen and, make a bottle or even the slightest thing for his gas. He needs someone to even pump his gas for him at this point.
And we be having like conversations at 4 or 5 in the morning because sometimes he'll stay up all night, and just sitting there in the dark. And he be like, sometimes he just don't want to live. And he stayed that a couple times. And then I gotta convince him that you got a lot to live for, and then he just don't care. Sometimes he feel like he just wanna hurt somebody because he's hurting. And I tell him, come on, man. You know what I mean? You gotta get it together. You're losing control.
And if Leon didn't have enough to fight for, he is currently being charged with aggravated assault, reckless endangerment, and escape charges associated with that night's shooting, which if convicted could see him serve 20 years in prison. But Leon realizes he's fighting for more than just a case. He's fighting to have a life where so much that he used to do was taken away from him.
My ability to play football with my son, wrestle with my son, box, and just do the things that I used to do. That's my world right there. He's so cool and laid back. He never cries with me. It's like he's like perfect. Cause I don't know what I would do with a little crybaby. He just chills. I had him with me at the mall. I sit him up on my lap and strap him in with the seatbelt, and I roll around the mall, and he just be bobbing his head. He be having the ball on my lap.
But in the end, there's only one thing Leon wants.
And the only thing I feel like I could have other than walk again is for the truth to be told.